I always envision social media to be a place where users come together, new friendships are born, and communities are nurtured. But if you look at what social media has become, especially like the past 10 years, it's a place for hate, anger, misinformation, and loneliness. And if you think about like how this happened, it starts with around like 2010 when companies introduced like the like, retweet, and share button. Because those features gave the power to influence others, whether posts became popular or viral. And as a result, the algorithm started to optimize for engagement because more engagement means more revenue, right? And it turns out what creates the most engagement is hateful content. So when people post something that's like polarizing, if they post misinformation, if it sparks and triggers emotions, it's most likely to be shared. So as a result, all these social media platforms became optimized not to bring people together, but instead make them more isolated because it's all about engagement. And unfortunately, what creates the most engagement is anger and hate.
And I will introduce this subject. Your lecture in South Summit is about the rise and fall of social networks. And we can consider there's a fall because we are so apart. We are so individuals in the social. And the name social is so confusing now because all the time you're so isolated and different, in opposite of Orkut, you absolutely can not exist at the same time that your opposite opinion. Why the lecture is called Fall of Social Networks also?
Social is not really like social anymore, and what we see online is not very real. It's all like filtered, curated, and we end up on a space where you know show your perfect highlights on social media. You craft a perfect version of yourself while your troubles are hidden in the shadows. And this creates a world where everyone looks so happy except the person looking at the screen wondering why their life doesn't measure up. So they feel like I'm not pretty enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not worthy of love. And as a result, it's creating loneliness, and loneliness does not only come from being alone, but feeling less than by believing that the whole world is moving forward in celebration while we are left behind. And it's this like insecurity socially that makes people feel so isolated because when you are not real, right, when you're pretending, it's impossible to build and sustain real relationships. And that's what's missing right now, like real connection and relationships.